Nope, this video is not clickbait. If you guys have seen any of the news, that is exactly what is going on. And I'm not even so concerned about the actual subpoena itself. I mean, you guys can Google search it yourself. Nvidia gets subpoena from US DOJ, and this is based off of Bloomberg's news. The part that just baffles me, and please do your own due diligence, the part that I still like that is infuriating is Nvidia didn't sell off when this news came out. Nvidia has been selling off since the moment the market opened. And that's the wild part about this. With aggressive lower lows and lower highs, and you're telling me that Bloomberg decided to release that news 23 or 24 minutes after the market closed. Isn't that wild? Of all the people, that's the really crazy part that I want to follow up with is who sold today to cause all of this selling pressure, because it's not just people like you and I. And again, I'm sorry, but it's not. This is it was a $3 trillion market cap company. It currently sits at 2.65 trillion. With that being said, you and I, with our few thousand shares, if anything, will not move Nvidia. Like, there's whales that had to sell, and they sold all day long. And then the report gets released after the market closes that, oh yeah, this is something that you should probably be aware of. Nvidia is getting a subpoena from the US DOJ. So what exactly do we know so far? Let me go ahead and just jump right into it. So the US Department of Justice, so the DOJ, has sent a subpoena to Nvidia as it deepens its probe into the AI heavyweights antitrust practices. So pretty much, and it's not just Nvidia, they are citing people with just with similar companies. But the whole point of this is Nvidia doing anything to make it difficult and or super challenging for its competitors to compete? So the antitrust watchdog has previously delivered questionnaires and has sent legally binding requests to Nvidia, and reports are adding that these companies have also received subpoenas. Officials are concerned that the chip manufacturers such as Nvidia is making it harder to switch from other suppliers and penalizes buyers that do not exclusively use its AI chips, report said. Nvidia wins on merit, as reflected in our central and on our benchmark results and value to the customers who choose whatever solution is best for them. A spokesman for the company has said. So supposedly they are saying that the way that Nvidia is doing business to monopolize this entire industry is illegal, and that's why the DOJ is stepping in. Do I believe that? No, right? You guys know that I love talking shit on Nvidia. I have said it so many times before, but you know that I'm always blunt with you. This just looks like smoke. And it just, am I mad about it? No, I'm honestly kind of excited. I want to see how low Nvidia can get. You guys know that as a long-term investor, I've been wanting to buy into Nvidia. It was just too overvalued within a very short period of time where I couldn't really justify it. But with that being said, this just baffles me. Out of everything they could be looking into, this is what they decide to do. And then on top of that, how is it? Maybe I'm mistaken, but how is it that Nvidia sells off the entire day? There's a ton of selling pressure. Who is selling? And then just 23 minutes after the market closes, we just happen to hear that, oh yeah, Nvidia is getting subpoenaed and being investigated by the US DOJ. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I would have sold too, right? I would have sold not down 10%. So it's just not fair. And this is why, again, people continue to point the finger at Wall Street and all of these insider traders that don't make it fair for the general public. And it's I'm not mad about it that it's sold off. I'm just bothered in the way that it happened. It just doesn't seem fair for beginner traders. It doesn't seem fair for any trader, retail trader that's trying to make money in this market just like everyone else, right? It just simply isn't fair. So I'd love to follow up and see who actually ended up selling. As many of you guys know, a lot of politicians have a lot of money, big money, right? Not just 7 figures, 8 figures invested in Nvidia. And some of those options actually expire late 2024. So I'm very excited to follow up. I want to see if the selling pressure continues, because if so, we'll continue to short the overall market. But if it does end up recovering, then it maybe is something to buy into, right? A nice little swing trade setup. When NVDA sells off, for those that were not aware, NVD is the double leverage ETF, actually goes up. This is not considered an investment vehicle, but it's a stock that It's an ETF that when Nvidia sells off, this thing moves twice as much. And as you guys can see, it's up 19.47% today and 3.52% after market hours. We have a few traders that are part of our LPP team that absolutely killed it by jumping into this. They just went with the flow, took their profits at the end of the day because they don't carry this position overnight, and just were able to benefit off of the 2x leverage. So again, leverage ETFs, just like leverage or margin, are great tools to be able to utilize when direction is in your favor. When direction is against you, definitely not something that you want to be utilizing. I think that's the best way for me to put it. Nonetheless, you guys let me know down in the comment section. Just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of the shadiness that was happening in Wall Street. And I'm sorry to be the one delivering the news. You guys let me know down in the comment section what you think. Do you think it's fair? Do you think that there was some form of insider trading? And do you think that this is just smoke, where they're trying to look into Nvidia, but they won't actually find anything? And then if that's the case, will Nvidia actually recover? Because if this is causing all of this selling pressure for no actual grounds, then Nvidia should have no problem recovering. So very excited to follow up. Hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session. If you want to tune on in, I trade live every single morning, and that's that second link in the description down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.